welcome back. I'm Emily, and today I'm going to show you how I put all of my photos into protective sleeves. So I have kind of a different way of organizing this, so I'm excited to share with how I do it. I did order this batch of pictures on Shutterfly. I got all of my pictures for about 9 cents a picture, which is pretty good in the world of printing right now. So the first step in this, when I get my giant box of pictures, is that I just go through them and put them by week. If you would like to see how I edit my pictures, just like and comment down below that you're interested in that. But when I label my pictures, I label them by the year, the week, so this was week 35, and then by the picture number. If it is a picture that is vertical that I have two, like in this picture here, I label these the year and then the week spelled out WEEK, so it's week 35, and then I edit them by letters. This is really overcomplicated. It took me like 2 years to figure out a system, but this system like weirdly makes sense to me. So really, you got to do whatever makes sense to you. I know a lot of people just print the pictures and move on with life, but I try to save as much money as I can. So I organize them super specifically. If there is emptiness in like the picture, like if I only need one vertical picture and I'm sizing it down to a 3x4, then I will put a digital picture in with it. I do all of my editing on Photoshop. I have an Apple and I was a photography major, so I have jumped on the Photoshop wagon pretty quickly in my college days and just stuck with it. So you got to do what is the best for you. So right now, like I said, I'm organizing them by weeks. This is 2018, week 32, I think, to week 43. My goal for 2021 was to print rest of 2018. I take a absurd amount of pictures. I'm very aware. This is Halloween. This is my daughter's first birthday. This is both of my son's birthdays and Halloween. So like it's a lot of pictures. So I use the envelopes they come in just to help separate by weeks. The biggest part in this, there's just a whole sheet that's just digital images. So I'm showing you here that everything is pretty much separated by the weeks in it. I use a lot of sticky notes in this process. It helps me stay a little organized so I don't go nuts. So I'm aware that this whole process is ridiculous, but it's the only way that I can kind of keep my brain in check. So I'm using my Shutterfly box just to put all of them back in order, and then I'm going to put them in order per week. So by this, I mean all of the pictures that are 18 WK and then the week. So week 32 is the first week in here, dash, and then a number. So those are all of the ones that are just 4x6s or 6x4s. There's nothing fancy going on with them. I just edited the picture and kept it the size. Pretty much, I only use 3 page protector kinds in my project life world. So here I'm showing you just kind of how I organize it and draw it. I used to type it up. Now I do everything just on paper. I'm just pretty much showing you that, okay, this is week. That's the number 8. So I'm going to check and make sure that everything I ordered actually comes. When you order so many pictures, I ordered like thousands of pictures. I really double check to make sure I get them all. I've had weeks that I haven't gotten like 600 pictures when I've ordered them. So Shutterfly is amazing with customer service. That's one of the reasons that I still use them and I don't go with like a less expensive one. I used to use my first big batch that I did was with Snapfish, and all the pictures were like terrible. They were all cut in the wrong spots. I didn't get half of them. I've ordered things through them and like gotten other people's pictures. So, I mean, they're less expensive, but their customer service is really bad. There's no one that you can like physically talk to. Shutterfly, you call, you get somebody and they're like, no problem. And they just send things out. Like I've moved before and forgotten to tell them and ordered pictures of my old house and they've just resent me the entire order. So their customer service is by far the best part of them. So I'm just going through and I'm putting them in order. This makes it easier when I put them in my pocket sleeves. I do everything kind of in batches. So like you saw, the first batch is I'm putting them by weeks. The second batch is I'm putting them in order within the weeks. And then the next step that I do is that I go through and put them in the pocket sleeves. So by doing them like this, it makes my life a lot easier. And which is really hilarious because I've made it so complicated, but I mean this system works for me. I keep pictures pretty organized, so I'm pretty happy with it. So like I was saying, I really only do all of my pictures in 3 pocket styles. I do the giant 12 by 12. I have the 2 4x6s, 2 4x6s, and 2 4x6s, and then I have the verticals where it's 3 6x4s. Or 6, I don't know. You know what I mean. The 3 on the top and 3 on the bottom. So that's just how I find it's the easiest to go through it. These are the least expensive page protectors. I am using it's Paper Studios from Hobby Lobby. I get them when they're half off. So they're $10 for like 30 sheets, I think. And then usually they're half off. So that's just how I've done it. It works really well for me. They're not the best quality. I mean, they're not like Project Life ones that they're fine. They're for as many pictures that I take, they do the job. Sometimes you get one that's kind of ripped, but I just stick some washi tape on it and move on with life. So I am going through on my chart and I'm finding the pictures that are very clearly labeled on my notebook and I'm putting them through. So sometimes if I have one picture that is a little vertical one that I've changed into a 3x4, that I will just put 2 on one sheets and then cut them apart. And a lot of times I don't keep them how they are on my notebook. It's more about just making sure I have the pages like ready. But this is not like set in stone. If it's on the paper, it doesn't mean I can't decide later that I would rather have this picture on this page. This is just kind of more of for me editing and making sure that I get all the pictures. The first big batch that I did, so 2015, is that right? Yeah. 2015 was the first year that I scrapbooked, and I just ordered every single picture I took that year in a 4x6. So I had to cut them down. I had to do a lot more 12 by 12s than I really wanted to. I mean, if you've been watching my photo album flips throughs, there's so many pictures and there's so many empty spots and lots of fillers. This way I found makes my life go a lot faster and makes the process go a lot quicker. And I really enjoy editing pictures. I know that that's a lot of people's least favorite thing, but it's definitely one of my favorites. I love going through and editing them every week. The best advice that I've really ever gotten from any scrapbooker is to print your pictures. I know I'm not going to get to these pictures probably for years, but I really make sure that I print the pictures because I only have 6 albums completely all the way done and I have 20 not done. So this way I know that the pictures are printed. I take my time. When there's a really good sale, then I can just print in bulk and I'm not just keeping them in a box sitting in my craft room. I'm putting them in an album. I'm putting them in the pages. It makes it so I'm not spending $8 million in one blow. I can kind of take my time and order things. So print your pictures out. Put them in the album. If your whole computer gets deleted, what are you going to do if you don't have any of your pictures printed? So I always upload them to Shutterfly as soon as I get them. So this is when I use the little blank spaces to just do some digital files. But try to always print them. It makes my life a lot easier when I'm just doing a ton of scrapbooking. So that is that week. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, put them down below. Don't forget to subscribe. And thank you for being here. I really, really appreciate it. The support everyone's been giving me has been overwhelming and it makes me just feel really happy. Thank you so much again, and we'll see you soon. Bye.